Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in again. Today we're going to take a closer look at 5 signs that vampires actually exist or existed. These kids started appearing around the 19th century. They were used to fight off vampires and were later sold to rich travelers as souvenirs. These kits usually contained a Bible, crosses, holy water, garlic, guns, a wooden stake and a hammer, and various other tools to get rid of vampires. And actually you can still buy one of these today, just in case you need one. Vampire tales occurred in many ancient places all over the world and not just Europe. In ancient China, for example, there is a monster called the Kangxi. These monsters were nocturnal creatures that had difficulties crossing running water for some reason. It is said that they are particularly vicious and ripped the head and limbs of their victims. They would not drink blood, but instead feed on the life energy of people. In ancient India and Nepal as well, vampires might have existed. Well, at least in legend. Ancient paintings on the wall of caves depict blood-drinking creatures. The Nepalese Lord of Death is depicted holding a blood-filled goblet in the form of a human skull standing next to a pool of blood. Some of these wall paintings are as old as 3000 BC. In the ancient Indian holy writings called the Vedas, there also is a creature called the Rakshasas. And these Rakshasas are also depicted as destroyers and vampires. There's also a monster in ancient India's lore which hangs from a tree upside down like a bat and is devoid of its own blood. The creature has to drink its victim's blood in order to survive. The creature is called the Baital and in legend is also a vampire basically. Elizabeth was your average serial killer from the Bathory family of nobility in the Kingdom of Hungary. She has been labeled by the Guinness Book World of Records as the most prolific female murderer, though her precise number of victims is up to debate though. The Countess and 4 collaborators were accused of torturing and killing hundreds of young women between 1585 and 1609. As well as that she had a vampire-like tendencies, and most famously the tale that she bathed in the blood of virgins to retain her youth. Her story quickly became part of national folklore, and her infamy persists to this day. She is often compared to Vlad the Impaler, on who the fictional Count Dracula is partly based, and has also been nicknamed the Blood Countess and Countess Dracula. In Bulgaria and all over Europe actually, vampire graves have been found, but the grave in question was found in an ancient Thracian city in 2014 in Bulgaria. The grave had a man in it with a metal stake driven through his heart. The left leg below the knee had also been removed and left beside the skeleton. The metal was driven through the corpse to stop a bad person from rising from the dead and terrorizing the living. This is a common practice if people died in unusual ways, such as suicide. Researchers estimate the grave to be dated back to the first half of the 13th century. In other cases, such as in Poland, graves were uncovered with skeletons where their head was chopped off and placed between the legs of the deceased. This was also commonly done to prevent the dead from rising again. So vampires are supposed to live forever if they can drink enough blood. But does drinking blood actually make you younger? Well, in experiments done in 2016, researchers found out that blood plasma from young people has been found to rejuvenate old mice, improving their memory, cognition and physical activity. Previous research has also found out that stitching old and young mice together has an interesting effect. While sharing a blood system works out well for the older mice, the younger one isn't so lucky. The young animal starts to show signs of brain aging, while the brains of the older mice start to look younger. Some companies have already started testing with injecting young human blood in people with Alzheimer's disease in hope to cure it. So what do you think? Did vampires actually exist or do they still exist? Let me know in the comments and thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like. Any suggestions are always welcome and a subscribe to my channel would be greatly appreciated. Here is a random video on the left and a previous video on the right. Again, thanks for watching and until next time.